Hello. You will now hear the sentences. The screen will change with every 10 sentences to make it convenient for practice. Try to aim and get 100% correct. Next time, we will discuss the influence of the media on public policy. Overcrowding, poor sanitary affected the daily lives of the majority of the population. The original Olympic game is one kind of original festival. There is plenty of cheap accommodation off campus. If you forget your student number, you should contact me. Parents should provide guidance and examples to children's values. The part of the story is the story of my father. The School of Arts and Design has an open day on Thursday next week. More females than males graduated from universities last year. To receive the reimbursement, you must keep the original receipts. We are warning the clients that the rates are increasing. Many of the most popular courses are available online. Professor Smith will be late for today's lecture. The final year will consist of 4 taught courses and 1 project. Rules of breaks and lunchtime vary from one country to another. There were hundreds of clubs and societies to choose from. The mismatch between the intended and reported uses of the instrument has become clear. There are no scheduled classes during the final exam weeks. Climate change is becoming acceptable among a group of scientists. The study showed that people's mood could be affected by news and weather reports. The professor has promised to put his lecture notes online. This article covers whom, where and when of the conflict. We are delighted to have Professor Robert join our faculty. The theme of the instrumental work exhibits more of a demure, compositional style. Modern poetry often tests the conventions of language and rhythm. Don't forget to do a library tour on the first week of your semester. Dr. Green's office has been moved to the second floor of the building. The main concept of these events was not yet fully understood. The medical center is located near the supermarket on North Street. International students can get help with locating housing near university.
Farmers do not always receive the price for agriculture goods. You will be informed of the results by email. Knives and forks should be placed next to spoon on the edge of the table. Physics is the subject of matters and energy. That book's plot was brilliant. Our group is meeting tomorrow in the library conference room. The development is mainly included in Chapter 9. We are delighted to have Professor Robert to join our faculty. The application form is available in the office. You must establish a day and a time with your tutor. The campus tour will help you get familiar with the teaching facilities. The agricultural sector in that country has been heavily subsidized. Students' identification cards will be issued today or tomorrow. I will now demonstrate how the reaction can be arrested by adding a dilute acid. The technology they introduced meant and leather goods were produced there for the first time. Anyone who has a problem with their accommodation should speak to the welfare officer. New York City is famous for its ethnic diversity. It is important to take gender into account when discussing the figures. Overcrowding and poor sanitation affected the lives of the majority of the population. You will find the economics section on the second floor of the library. Most students are not eligible to claim housing benefits. You should raise your concern with head of school. I think the university's main campus is closed. This can be used as a straight point of my discussion today. Don't forget to hand in your assignments by the end of next week. It is quite clear that the rising prosperity does not make people feel more content. I thought the midterm exam was only worth half of our course grade. Novelists have a major role to play in reflecting their time to their readers. We don't have enough evidence to draw conclusions. You will be informed of the results by email. Farmers do not always receive the price for agricultural goods. The English word typhoon comes from the Chinese word big wind. The current statistical evidence indicates the need of further research. On this project, you will be asked to work as a group of 3. Studies suggest there may be a correlation between educational achievement and family ties. Journalism is the collection and publication or transmission of news. The professor will talk about the summary in the lecture. We don't teach in the same way as we used to. Essays should be typed with double space on white paper. Acupuncture is a technique involved in traditional Chinese medicine.
We will discuss these 2 pictures in the next lecture. This course will examine some of the profound ethical dilemmas. The aesthetic implications of this study have not yet been fully explored. My tutorial class will begin at the next Monday's morning. Would you pass the book on the left-hand side? Fees are heavily discounted and bursaries are available for delegates. It is important that you work as a team on this project. I've got a tutorial in an hour and I haven't had any time to prepare for it. Students can get access to computers on a daily basis. There will be a significant rise in tuition fees starting next year. I will be in my office every day from 11 to 12. The first few sentences of an essay should capture the reader's attention. In the past, students were required to complete 2 long written assignments. There is a position available for a junior lecturer in media studies. Many of the urban poor lived in an extremely cramped condition. The country suffered a series of invasions by tribes from present-day Germany and Denmark. During the next few centuries, London became one of the most powerful and prosperous cities in Europe. There is no entrance fee for tonight's lecture. Sport is the cause of traumatic brain injuries in the United States. We like people to write a case study, describing an organization they know. Company exists for money, not for society. I don't like cheese tomato sandwich on white bread. The smoke from these contributed a great deal to the air pollution. Much of his research objectives are driven by his natural curiosity and instincts. The Arts magazine is looking for a new assistant editor. There will be a guest lecturer visiting the department next month. He was not the only one to call for legal reform in the th century. There are lots of people competing for the places in computer courses. A periodical is a publication that is issued regularly. I still don't understand the last sentence. The development was mainly included in Chapter 9. A preliminary bibliography is due the week before the spring break. The Romans left in 410 in the beginning of the 5th century. Allergy problem do run in the family, but we don't understand why. Let me know if anybody struggles in the lab. Any text or references you make should be cited appropriately in the footnotes. We welcome international students from all over the world. The Drama Society is now auditioning for parts in the student play. The seminar will be on the last week of the quarter. Would you prepare some PowerPoint slides with appropriate graphs?